ass cheeks. So, yeah, we've now got like a minute and a half of pure silence, followed by the word ass cheeks. Yeah, yeah, that's definitely on brand. So, once again from the top, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone watching at home. I am Evil Scotsman, your DM/host for this evening, and I am joined by.
Agent F, also known as Dutch Revan.
And Evie Falcone, also known as Kara.
Well, so you should have to say the last name. You made it.
Wolfstutter? I know how to say it.
I just thought it would be amusing.
I took my mom's name, because fuck dad.
You might.
Please no.
Well, the way this is going, someone's probably gonna try.
Yeah, but you said I can't take humans anymore for a long time, so. Or humanoid people.
Yeah, but he's not just a humanoid person, is he? He's Chad. Everyone knows he's got a thundercock. Chad Thundercock peaked in high school. So, welcome, both of you, to another episode of Beat the Meat. Got some fun little questions for you today, and some scenarios for you to run through. Yep, I'm going to make you think
Kinky.
the best way. So, the session on Sunday got a bit not happening due to, let's say, technical difficulties. So, we never really got anything done. And that is a shame. Because you were a walking bukkake.
Mm.
Like, from the inside. And, like, wanted to do more with that.
You had like lots of plans for me, filled with demon
yeah.
cum.
Oh, no, well, not so much that bit, but like, you fall slightly down a hill. There is a rock at the bottom. Guess who is now stuck on the rock? There is a gnome inside you. His name is Yow. And he is king of the rock. But no, so we'll have to deal with that next week. And that's fine. That's fine. We'll get that. We'll get that. But as the only surviving original member, at this point, you're a statistical anomaly.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think that'll keep up?
I don't know, like I have a really strong will to live.
Really? You could have fooled me.
As long as you can keep from pulling more cards. It's been like 2 whole sessions now.
It has.
I mean, look, I understand that fucking the demon guy was ill-advised, but comparatively, we have creatures who appear, or players who have willingly been fucked to death, willingly touched poisonous spiders and then just walked away without getting help, and willingly hit buttons that said, "This will kill you immediately."
It's the same two players.
Fair. However, comparatively, I do have a will to live.
Compared.
Also, Kevin.
Yes.
I'm not just staying alive for me, I'm staying alive for my child.
Staying alive.
Uh-huh.
Staying alive. So, that's also
Here.
as your replacement for Vassal. Now, I'm just glad you didn't go Thano Raven and take out the soul and just have Thano, because I would get very confused. Now, you're a hobgoblin at the moment.
Yeah.
And Evie, you're an CF Barbarian, correct?
Mhm.
So, having seen what is on the menu for when you eventually kick the bucket, do you know roughly what one you're going to be looking at? What your
On the Discord. Oh boy.
Well, since we already specifically built one for me to take, I'm probably going to go with my fighter.
yeah, that makes sense.
You actually could hear what he said when that all went back and fast forward.
So I missed the middle part. There was enough context with the last couple words that I figured it out.
I missed it entirely. But from your answer I got the context.
Yes. Which of the backup characters will you be taking should you die again?
Trying to remember what's left.
We have Ira Crocker Paladin as Mari Warlock, Dwarf Barbarian, Kenku Warlock, Shifter Ranger, Tortal Artificer, Videlkin Sorcerer.
I haven't played a sorcerer yet.
Oh,
Might go with the Videlkin sorcerer.
so that's a good choice. That's a very good choice. There's only two problems. Videlkin. Not my favorite race. Definitely do not make it on my train.
That's almost what my one shot character was.
Oh God. Oh God. Why? Why would you do that to me? I don't deserve that. Or do I?
What's wrong with Videlkin?
Yeah.
They suck. Everything about them just like
But why?
they just suck.
Like, do they have bad lore? Are they not super useful in fights? Did one personally harm you?
I just don't like them.
They have racial advantage on saving throws for half of the roll.
Yeah, I know.
Half the stuff into
I know.
charisma and
They're bullshit.
Is that why you're angry with them?
No. No. The reason I'm not
I
a fan
found
of
that out
Videlkin,
when I was my character.
the reason I'm not a fan of Videlkin is because of how they look.
That's a little rude.
Wow.
Just because they're about 50% Pandora.
Well, if you look at them in the different editions, they have changed drastically. Like they used to be.
What did they used to look like? Because they do look like.
Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, wow! They used to look like Neo Sapiens from Exo Squad.
Yep. So let's see here. Videlkin. Merfolk. But yeah, they're technically mermaids. And that's awesome. And then there's just Videlkin.
Some of them look like Megamind.
Yep.
So some of these drawings and pictures and stuff.
Yep. It's
No kink shaming, F.
Found a card for Vidalcan Humiliator. Apparently he's on OnlyFans.
He is OnlyFans. See, there's a question. Who in the party is likely to have an OnlyFans?
Like characters or players?
Characters.
Beast.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, I'm talking about the ones that are Hawaii.
But like that's just it's so accurate.
It
One
is.
that
You can't
I-
argue that one.
Next likely.
let's see. Who is alive?
We have Kalista, Kara, Legion, Psyche, that's Nassau.
I feel like I'm gonna have to go Psych just based on first impressions.
I see that.
So many tabs open. I was trying to find a power drill.
Like he didn't seem to be like super upset about the fact he was handcuffed. It was just that that he was kind of stuck there. Like I feel like he's used to the handcuff aspect of where we found him. So
Oh.
You
So,
didn't leave the money on the table.
yeah.
what?
Like I don't mind it, but you didn't leave the money on the table.
So, personally, I think it's Kalista.
I mean I could see that too.
The underwater porn.
Oh, yeah. And it wouldn't surprise me that Kara was subscribed. Again, just for the water aspect. Like, definitely. Yeah. But, oh my god, I just found a picture of someone who has made Benedict Cumbersnatch a Vidalcan.
You know what? I don't even need to see the picture, honestly, to picture it. Like, yeah, that just makes sense. I would like to see the picture, but I've already got a very clear mental image just based on that sentence.
That is a terrible sentence. The fact that I had
But-
to say that sentence.
But like it made like immediate recall in my brain, like recall to something I've never seen, and it just made sense. Yeah, no, that's pretty much what I pictured.
Yeah.
That's
It is literally just
Bendy Dick.
yeah. But why does that work so well?
Because he's a
Yes.
very strange looking guy.
So for anyone watching at home, Google Vidalcan Benedict coming her snatch. And
It's Bendy Dick, come on my baps.
Wait, is he
Excuse you.
Is he supposed to be Vidalcan or
he's supposed to be Vidalcan in that picture.
I can't remember the name of the thing I was trying to reference.
Dark Elf from Marvel Universe.
No, the Star Wars character, the Admiral Thrawn.
Who was okay? That's now canon.
No, he has
Vidalcan.
red eyes. Thrawn has red eyes.
It's,
I
still-
can't.
it's now canon that he was a Vidalcan.
No, yeah, no, I just looked it up and I can, like, compared to Vidalcan Benedict. That's literally the picture I was about to post.
So, learning a lot about Vidalcan. Yep, it's
Oh! Oh!
Apparently, he said he had no interest in playing the character.
Hold on, though. Someone else has had this exact thought.
A few people have had this thought.
Yeah, they wanted to get him to play Thrawn, and
Like someone did a mashup of their two faces.
apparently he was actually asked, and he says he has no interest in playing the character.
I can't.
He already did Star Trek. He doesn't want to do the other one.
Yes.
Right now, he's a wizard, Harry.
He's like, that's a straight no for me right now. There's no way I want to be turned blue.
Listen, just because he doesn't want it doesn't mean we're not going to do it. But yeah, that's oddly disturbing.
Actually, he doesn't want to spend that much time in a makeup chair, is what he said. I mean, I can understand that.
On the one hand, I get it, but on the other hand, with how much money they would probably pay him to do it,
Yeah, I know. Right?
fuck that shit.
I guess he already gets paid enough that he doesn't care.
Well, yeah.
God, can you imagine, like, reaching that point at any, like, in any career, just being paid enough to be like, nah, I don't need it.
Yeah.
No, I cannot imagine that.
Like, I have no frame of reference for what that would be like.
I don't know how much it would take these days, but I know like some of those characters in Star Trek they would be like doing like 18-hour days because it would take like 4 to 6 hours sitting in a makeup chair.
Well, like, I remember when Jim Carrey did The Grinch, he did, like, torture training with CIA people because sitting in the chair for as long as it took for him to do the Grinch makeup was apparently incredibly stressful for him.
I can see that. See, I know that Worf, the guy that played Worf, had difficulty because of where they were putting the prosthetics and stuff. It kept pushing in on his eyes.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't know
that. But like, what would happen is it would push in on his eyes, and if it's set in the wrong place, he literally couldn't see it, and they had to strip it and do it all again. And this was something that could like happen at the very end, so he could spend 2 hours in the chair, and then in the last 3 seconds, it could slip down, and they have to strip it and do it again.
That would be frustrating.
Oh.
I get headaches just from wearing headbands that are too tight. Like, I don't think I could actually do the super heavy makeups.
I still remember the joke that he used to do at conventions, though. He's like, I had to sit there for 3-4 hours in the chair, and then Patrick just comes in, runs a mop over his head.
And that was very true.
I love doing that joke whenever Patrick Stewart was right there.
But Patrick Stewart's makeup was probably the easiest thing in the world. Like, it should have been just so goddamn easy.
I mean, yeah, they just have to powder the top of his head, do a little turtle wax.
Spit shine. See, now I'm sitting there with the image of Patrick Stewart sitting in a chair, getting his dome spit shined. And it's very wholesome. It's like very wholesome. Go Patrick Stewart. So, question for both of you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be fair, question for your characters. You walk in on Callisto, making sweet, sweet, tender, froggy love.
With what?
Do you really want to know?
I mean, I need context to answer this question.
I'm rolling a dice. I have 5
'Kay.
options, so I'm rolling.
Are you using Jack's options for his train?
No. Those are my options. One decade. Oh, wait, there's no space. 1 decade 5. Chad.
Oh, God. So we walk in on our brother having sex with our dad.
Yes.
I immediately vomit.
Like that, just that spin move, just like that spin move, walk right back out the door without ever stopping.
Just go immediately shove knives into my eyeballs.
Walk in, put your hat up, look,
Exactly.
walk around, pick your hat back up.
No, that hat never even leaves my head. Just spin right back out the door. Like if it wasn't a revolving door, I just made one.
That and also Revan's new theme song is "You Spin My Head Round."
Wait, is Callisto fucking Dad or is Dad fucking Callisto?
Yes. Does that help?
No.
Does either of them make it a better option?
Well, like, I'm still kind of curious how Dad fucked Callisto's mom. So, like, for science, I'm just...
Well, wait. When a man and a woman...
You know exactly what my question is.
How did he get round the poison?
Yes.
Dun dun.
I mean, there's got to be some kind of like
Oh,
anti-poison.
no, there's an
Like-
answer for all of it.
I'm sure it has something to do with something we'll find out later on, but, like, that's the question that I want answered.
That and how none of you are half-breeds, besides the ones that are half-breeds.
That too. Well, you didn't let any of us create half-breed characters.
I couldn't remember. I said I didn't want you to, but I couldn't remember if I actually said no.
When you were giving me the thing to make one, you told me not to.
Yeah, I think I stuck with it. No, I don't want half characters because it doesn't make sense for how this has been done. But think, this man not only knocked up a grung, but also knocked up a Luxodon.
I mean, but that's, like, not as questionable. Like, it probably wasn't great for her, but, like, that one's at least pretty explainable. It would have been like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
Oh, not quite. Not quite.
Is he rivaling the Wiz?
No, the Wiz is
The Wiz is
level.
the Wiz is the only person who is even remotely competition for Dad's dick.
And it's not enough. Second place is just first loser. No, there is actually a logical and, you know what, painfully obvious reason why he was able to do all of this. And when you find it, I am expecting some sort of riot because you are unhappy with the result.
Well, like, I assume either some type of magic or, like, Dad's race has some type of poison resistance. But, like, I don't know.
They're all clones.
I don't know what it would be.
Oh, don't worry, you'll find out. So,
It was one gigantic.
Because, like,
cell.
I'm trying to not metagame by, like, looking up what different species or what races have resistances and immunities to poison. So, like, I'm just making guesses at this point because I don't want to...
no.
go...
Back in the early 2019. Ow. No, back in the early 2020. I think. Shit. No, it was 2019. It was late. Late 2019. We came across a problem. One of the players from my Saturday game wanted that good seed. Their whole purpose on their quest was to get knocked up by someone strong and wealthy enough to pay child support.
There?
And
It was, Pooey, wasn't it?
it was. It was, yes. So she found the perfect mate. And they done the oingo boingo. Pardon?
Sex Thanos.
Oh, sexy Thanos. So they done the oingo boingo, and she was so happy about the fact that she was going to be like, oh yeah. And then I got sent a list of available pregnancies, like who can actually knock up who. And yeah,
Her baby daddy wasn't on it.
oh, they're all on it, but
They do not.
they do not match. So the fact that they don't match means that absolutely nothing, no matter how many times they bump the uglies, they are never going to procreate. So she used the goddamn wish spell.
Like you do.
Well, yeah.
Costs 500 gold.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, she paid all of her money for 2 wishes. One was to cure her of the magical STD that was going to kill her.
What she got from a mosquito.
Well, he was a paladin, and an Asmari paladin at that, meaning he was immune to all disease, which means he could not be carrying any disease.
But
And she
she
rolled
still
in that one.
I know, it was hilarious. He had to come up with some way.
So yeah, well, they left the window open. Little bug came flying in. Wait, dead Aarakocra ass.
Hilarious.
Looked hella tasty. Chomp. And then, yeah. So she had a certain amount of days to, cure her STD. And she did. I'll give her that. She did. She made the wish spell. And yeah, then forced the pregnancy.
And destroyed her cloaca.
Well, yes, because although she forced the pregnancy, that that does not change the fact that there's a size difference between their races. So yeah, she was stretched out about the same amount you are. One of the worst things, I can't actually fucking find that goddamn list, so I can find out.
Have you seen that meme about the mosquitoes versus vampires thing?
I have not. No.
It was a funny, like, headcanon about if vampires were like mosquitoes and only the female vampires sucked blood, which would mean that the male vampires would have to drink like tree sap or something, because that's what male mosquitoes drink. And so it was like, imagine being chased through the woods by a female vampire and running past her husband just aggressively biting a tree. It's just a fun mental image.
That isn't. Okay, I have found the list. That's disturbing as well, because I mean, as Lady Dominique has demonstrated, now if you show guys a tall, busty vampire, we do not run away. We mod fly swatters to smack her on the ass. Like, vampires would have it so goddamn easy.
Yeah.
Yo, you want to get bit? Yep. I might kill you. That's okay.
Especially with like millennials, we all want to die anyway. So like, sexy person biting me and possible death, sign me up.
How can I lose? Okay, right. So here we go. I have the list now. I am looking for dun dun bear days.
Oop, daddy.
Okay, so Kara, being the sea elf barbarian. So let's see here. Aarakocra as the Mars Center. So elf. Where's elf? There it is. Elf. And oh, oh no. Do you know what is not on this table?
Archdemons?
Demons. No. This is not the table that I was sent. This is one I just found. Bear with me 2 moments. I am gonna have to go.
Are we seeing if it's even possible for me to be with child?
Oh, I know it is. I remember what I
Get
don't
it all
remember.
planned out.
It's all coming together. What I don't remember.
Just like her and the demon.
What I don't remember is who fucking sent me the goddamn link. I cannot remember if it was Crow or Sleepy. If it's Sleepy, I am never gonna find it. Because I have like 15 million chats with him.
It wasn't one that looks like it's on a piece of parchment, is it?
That's the one I'm looking for.
I
Wait, Matt.
was searching for it. Is that it?
Oh god. What the fuck? Whatever you do not go to the pinned messages on the Saturday chat. There's Sexy Thanos. So we're at that area. There's Crow having his existential crisis.
I don't see demon folk on that one you just put in.
The one I just put
I
in.
just found that.
Yeah, F just put one in.
But I just got that off the internet. I didn't find it.
No,
from
it's hold on 2 seconds because I'm at the area. So because there's the pictures of Sexy Thanos. There's the memes about There's that. There's Big Bird for some reason. Giggle Demon.
Does Big Bird need a reason?
No. Okay, there's your cart.
Oh, that shirt's actually from 4E.
Yes, Whitney has to find this shit. I just want to know who's pregnant and who is not. Now, if I remember correctly, Celestial and Demon were compatible with everything.
Makes sense. You gotta make those demon babies.
All this. Okay. So that one's from 4E. And it's basically the same one, just this one had more races. Because I think most people just leave it to the DM.
I mean, it's kind of funny that you made her monkey's paw her own pregnancy.
I didn't make her do anything. The thing I was sent specifically said. Like, it was very clear. And a lot of it was for lore reasons, which they tend to forget when taking that into consideration. Lore-wise, it would not make sense for a gnome to impregnate a Luxodon. Although you would get the smallest elephant known to mankind.
That would be adorable. I see lots of reasons that would happen.
But given the size difference, they would have to literally climb up inside this woman and fuck the server's opening multiple times just to get a chance.
Would that not be like that jerking off inside that video you were telling me about? It would essentially just be that.
No, I don't have it. List is gone forever. But yes, it would be. It would very much be.
Damn it, none of these have it.
That
I found so many charts, but they're all not the one we're looking for.
It's I will find it eventually.
I got one that's color coded and everything.
I did search through my chats. The problem is nothing is ever labeled correctly. But yes, if both of you want to have a super happy fun time, go to the Saturday server, go to Saturday game chat, and then look at the pinned messages. And suffer as I have suffered.
But why?
Why what?
That first picture is a doozy.
Yeah. There is probably context somewhere.
I remember all this shit. That's the sad thing.
Yep.
There's the bears.
Oh man. So
that was from when he
yep.
did the bear roll and couldn't see the bears.
So this was
Bears go fast.
I'm like having a conversation with the bear and he can't see it. I mean, he's just seeing me talk about it.
So yeah, during the previous Saturday campaign, F and a friend of ours, Crow, were on a little solo adventure, and they were being followed by an armor-clad bear. So a bear in full plate armor. Not the stealthiest of things. So there was a brief moment where they were both rolling perception to see if they could see what was following them. Their perception was not that high. F managed to get it. Crow did not. F stopped and starts talking to the bear, and Crow rolled again. I don't know why he rolled again, there was no need. But he failed a second time. So it got to the point where he kept rolling and failing to see this goddamn bear that was 5 feet in front of him having a conversation with it. Like, it was talking to him. He could hear the voices but couldn't see where it was coming from. So for the next 5 sessions, his character was having an existential crisis over the fact that he couldn't see the bear.
It did actually turn out I was talking to a gnome that was riding the bear.
Yes.
But the bear could talk, so...
Well, yeah, it's a polymorph druid. It was,
But it's like, why are you talking? People are laughing at me because I started talking to the bear. I mean, the bear's wearing full armor. It either put it on... It either didn't put it on itself, or it did, and it's sentient. So I was like, there's a 50-50 shot here.
You never even got into their story?
No, we never did. Because we broke the game.
You did. And I was not experienced enough to be able to fix it. You said fucked up so badly.
I mean, we did a pretty good job, Rick.
You just removed the possibility of getting 5 levels that you needed. See, that's the problem with Milestone. Maybe next time, don't go up to the BBEG. Sit down, have a nice cup of tea, tell him you're going to kill him, tell him you're going to kill all his friends, ask him how the weather is, you know?
Oh my god.
You just had no excuse because Bruce wrote phenomenal notes.
Yeah,
And
it was right there.
Session 1 notes.
So, I mean, I found the thing that was posted.
Oh? Where?
It just doesn't have Hold on. I don't appear to be able to pin it.
What servers? Can you copy and paste or reply?
Yeah, I was just trying to pin it. This is the one that was posted like an eternity ago, back in July, August 2020.
That'll be the one.
It's the same one that just got posted. I just replied to it, so it should.
I remember this thing having demons on it. Oh, wait. No, it had fiends. It has... Okay, no, this is the same one. This has Celestial and Fiend.
Oh, there's the bear.
Yeah, there's lots of bear memes around it.
Yes, there will be. There will be.
No, I mean, this was what we basically said the bear kind of allegedly looked like.
But yeah, that's the. It looks like that's the one that F just posted, as well. It's the same one. So.
One of the best bit now, if you look at that particular shot and then go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 messages. You'll see the best sentence that has ever been put anywhere.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know which one you're talking about.
I just tried to explain.
Oh, that's.
Oh.
Yep.
That's. Yeah.
She was explaining the campaign to her brother, and she woke her dad up by saying that she got an STD. So of course he went off the rails with it, and if memory serves, lectured her for 25 minutes, took an angry shit, and went back to sleep.
So I think, like, when I first joined, she did tell me that story. Because, like, reading it, I've heard that before. So.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah. So you're an elf, which means
Would he count as a fiend for the purposes of this list?
he
Is that?
He does indeed. So you can be very pregnant. Well, folks, it took us 25 minutes, but we found it. Any race can polymorph, yes, if they know the spell. That is correct. Which means, yeah. The only problem is, and this is where it gets fucky, there's a big debate on whether or not a polymorph person knocking someone up, if it would still be their child.
Huh.
Like if I polymorphed into a grung and knocked up a grung, and then changed back into my, I don't know, human or dragonborn or whatever self, is it still my kid?
Wait, is that how Dad got everyone pregnant? He polymorphed into their race?
No, because that wouldn't work. Again, well, see, it depends. That's where the debate is. If that's the case, would you really be his children?
Genetically, yes.
Genetically, no, because they're a completely different species.
But like, it's the sperm is still coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
Now you
well, I mean, we could genetically just not be his children. Like, that could be a plot twist.
What are you doing, step biological death? I'm not sorry. But yeah. there's a lot of debate about whether or not that would be the case, because you are literally polymorphing into a completely new being, which means it wouldn't even be your DNA.
Well, okay, so like I guess if you look at it legally, if I polymorph into another race and commit a crime, am I not committing the crime?
It depends.
Because I'm now a whole new person, and once I get out of polymorph, I'm no longer that person.
I've seen this episode of DS9.
Like the DNA and the fingerprints at the crime scene, according to this argument, wouldn't be mine. So did I really commit the crime?
Technically, no. Unless someone saw you polymorph.
Okay, so Dad's our dad if someone saw him polymorph to fuck our moms.
That's assuming he polymorphed.
If this were the case with Dad, like I'm mostly just referring to the argument in general at this point.
Well, technically, no. The only thing he would have done was pump your mum. So.
Well, then we wouldn't all know that Dad was our dad.
Oh yeah, the polymorph thing has too many holes in it. I did think about it, but it has way too many holes.
But like that would be my question, like for like the legality of it. Like if I polymorph and do a crime, am I still liable for the crime? I feel like would be the answer to the question. If I'm liable for a crime while polymorphed, then I'm liable for whatever children I produce while polymorphed.
Oh, you would definitely be liable. But the problem is, would they be yours? They would technically be yours by act, but they would not be blood related. They would not be chances are species related. That's where it gets fucky. I know quite a few people that have been arguing this because someone was saying something very similar. If you polymorph into someone, can you give them an organ transplant? And the answer is yes.
Well, also, like with polymorph, are you switching into a specific person? Like, if I want to polymorph into a bear, do I have to have a specific bear in mind?
Nope.
Or am I, like...
You do not.
Well, so then how would you polymorph into, like, can you polymorph into a specific person?
Not with normal polymorph.
So then, like, how would that work for an organ transplant anyway? Or are they just referring to, like, polymorphing into someone with the same blood type?
Someone with the same blood type, or using true polymorph, which would allow you to transform into someone else. But true polymorph is like... It's that high tier shit.
That 14th level magic the Wiz was doing?
No, that you don't know what that is. Although, best bit is, if you ever find out what he was working on, I'm going to have to answer some questions I do not want to answer. So, True Polymorph is a 9th level spell. So, you can see the range. If you turn a creature into another kind of creature, the new form can be any kind you choose where challenge rating is equal to or less than, yada yada yada. Target assumes. So yeah. But theoretically, using True Polymorph, you could turn a box of apples into your clone and take all its organs. That is a thing that you could do.
Is there a transfer consciousness option with that like magic users can do at a high enough level?
There is a spell, right?
Like, say your body was irreparably damaged, Darth Vader style. Could you create a clone of yourself using polymorph and transfer your consciousness into that?
No. You could use clone.
Okay.
There's a spell which is 8th tier wizard. So it's not even 9th tier, which means you can cast this. If you could cast this a lot better than they. It only costs 1,000 gold, which is cheaper than the cheapest resurrection.
Mhm.
So what you would do is you grow a duplicate of you or of someone else as a safeguard against death. Now it forms and stays, and basically now as long as you don't die within the first 120 days, you're laughing, and the clone can
I'm
be
not.
any age you want it to be.
But like, what about the consciousness transfer? Like, does the clone just come into being with all of your memories up until that point?
No. So when you make the clone, so say for example, you're old as shit, and you make this clone as a, I don't know, 13-year-old you. 120 days later, you know you're fine. You decide to live recklessly. You go out, you kick a bugbear straight in the gonads. It takes your head clean off. You die. Meanwhile, you wake up as the clone. So if the original creature dies, its soul transfers to the clone, providing that the soul is free.
Does the clone have any consciousness during that like waiting period?
No.
Like, is the clone just living its own life and then all of a sudden it's yeeted out of existence again?
Nope. So the only thing you lose is your equipment. Now, for example, if you have made a 13-year-old you, and you're like, say you make it in your 20s, you make a 13-year-old you, and then you live to the ripe old age of 80, and then you die, you're back to being 13. The clone doesn't age, it doesn't deteriorate, it literally stays in stasis until something goes out. It can be destroyed though.
All right, I think I found out what she was wondering about. You need a sealed vessel. The clone forms inside the sealed vessel and grows to full size and maturity after 120.
days.
So that's what the clone's doing in the meantime.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. It's in stasis.
Okay. So what about that at the end of the 120 days? Like, so say you do create one when you're 20, you live till you're 80. Obviously, the 120 days have passed. What is it doing in that point?
None. It just stays in stasis.
Magic.
Yeah, pretty much. It just stays there.
So Voldemort should have just been a better wizard.
See, here's the thing. This is what I find brilliant. To become a lich requires a fuck ton of money and a fuck ton of killing people. You could use clone and be immortal. In the same way, you would just continuously go back. What you would do is once a day for fucking 2 years, you would make new clones. 128 days. Literally, you would just wait 120 days before doing anything stupid. And then every day after that, you've got a new clone available. And
then people would be less likely to be out actually trying to kill you because, you haven't liched your way into immortality.
Well, yeah. Not to mention the fact that when you're defeated, you're not weak for 15 years. Because you're straight back to what could be you in perfect physical health. A 20-year-old.
And you can choose it. Like, you don't have to make it at age 13 for it to be age 13. You just choose.
You choose the age. Which means you could literally just have an army of you at level. Like, whatever. You keep your personality, memories, and abilities. The only thing you lose is your equipment.
Wait, if you... So, like, abilities-wise, say you make it when you're level 10, and you're cloning yourself at level 10, is it still going to be level 20 if you die at level 20?
Well, it's 8th tier, so you're going to have to be at least...
But just...
I know I'm getting there. I am getting there. Jesus Christ.
Like if you learn to play classical piano at master level after you've already created the clone, is the clone going to be able to do that?
Well, yes, because you can still do it. And basically, you could be a walking, talking level 25-year-old if you wanted to be.
Okay.
Because the only thing you don't keep is your equipment.
You keep all your memories, your personality, and abilities, and specifically.
Huh.
Because I found the spell on Beyond. No, it's on Roll20. I'm sure it's on D too.
I've got it in my spellbook here, but it's theoretically it is the best way for immortality. The only thing you need is what is it? So you need a diamond worth at least 1,000 gold, 1 cube inch of flesh from yourself.
That's gonna hurt.
That's worth it, and a vessel worth 2,000 gold that has a sealable lid and is large enough to hold a medium creature. So basically, you're buying a coffin and a bunch of diamonds. Now, to become a lich costs thousands upon thousands. So yeah, you save up all of your money, you get your 3 grand. Boom. You now have a second life. After that, it would be easier to generate money. You put all of them in different places, you hide them, you store them, so you just like out the way. And all of a sudden, you're immortal. You're not worried about the money because you can always get it back. You have all the time in the world. It's genius.
Also, you could do things like buying bonds for yourself,
Well, yeah.
like something that's definitely going to be worth 10 times as much or whatever in the future. I know bonds don't exactly work that way, but like things like that.
Buy gear, buy
Yeah.
art and artifacts, and yeah. Make stuff.
Just make all your own antiques.
Yeah. Make magical items.
That's what you're planning to do in Cruise's campaign.
What? No. 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 I mean, I already know exactly what item I would need to get the clone spell, and it was.
But no.
I'm just a friendly artificer / paladin.
Somebody mentioned something. It says a medium creature, which means you can't clone like gnomes.
Yeah, you can.
That's kind of.
It says it has to be able to hold a medium creature.
It says this spell grows an inert duplicate of a living medium creature as a safeguard against death.
You can do gnomes. I think for the most part, they don't
Somebody
actually expect a gnome to do it. But, because then you would just need to find like a coffee tub that's worth 2,000. But, it also doesn't say that the vessel is destroyed in any way, shape, or form. So you can use the same one.
Just buy 2 coffins and alternate.
Yeah. Or no, just one. Personally, I think I'd want to make 10 in different locations. But when you use one, you could replace it.
Need to start the next one.
Yeah.
The second you wake up.
Yeah. Here, 8 spell slot. Cut off, I don't know. Just like a strip of flesh.
Does the part that you've cut off, is that sacrificed like as the creation? So does the clone come back without that part?
No. The clone come back with the part. That part is technically the clone. Basically, whatever you chop off and put in this tub is what becomes the clone.
Okay. But so it's not like if you cut off one finger, the clone grows without the finger, too.
That is correct.
Kind of a thing.
Although,
Yeah.
what you could do is take a strip off your arm, put it in, and then take bits off of the clone. Basically, make a disposable clone. Just so that you can make more.
But does it count as a piece of you if it's not, the clone hasn't been activated yet?
All it says is that one cube inch of flesh of the creature. It doesn't say from. I guess that would be down to DM's discretion. Bear in mind, we are talking about making a soulless replica of yourself and literally butchering it. So you know I'm all for that.
I mean, it's literally just the plot of the island.
Yeah. But, no, personally, it is a much better spell for immortality. The only issues with it is if you use it long enough, you're going to have to deal with the inevitables.
Is that how Dad is 900 years old?
They're getting rarely blurry.
No, he just doesn't age. He will also eventually have to deal with the inevitables.
What are the inevitables?
The inevitables are, think time, please.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you were saying that as like a general idea of like the inevitable thing that happens when you just stay alive forever, or if it was an entity.
No, it's a group whose sole purpose is to stop people from living forever.
Huh.
Basically, anyone that lives too long upsets the balance of nature. So they tend to pay them a quick visit.
Well, but wouldn't that kind of be circumvented by the cloning thing because you're technically dying?
Your soul isn't.
It's a soul tracker. Okay.
The thing is, when you die and go to wherever the fuck it is you're supposed to be going, it ticks a box. If you die and don't go there, that box is unticked.
What if you went there and then escaped? Like, what if you had some type of plan where you could, like, boomerang your soul out of hell? So, like, the box was ticked that you showed up, and then you just, like, jump out the window and skip the rest of class.
Yeah, the inevitables won't get you. The god that you have just ran from may have a better chance. And since we're looking at death domain gods, you're probably more fucked than you could possibly ever hope to be.
Fair.
But, like, yeah, the inevitables are only
It was just a question.
No, the inevitables are there for things like liches and whatnot. Now, a lich needs to fill its phylactery with life force frequently. Not daily, but like often enough. So, liches don't actually live forever. Well, unlive forever. If they ever do not get the energy back into their phylactery, they will just fade out of existence. And the inevitables don't like that.
How long do you have before the inevitables start coming after you? Or like the second you become a lich, do they start kind of like, I don't like that guy?
No idea.
Like, could you summon the inevitables to like take care of a lich problem?
Maybe. It depends on how old the lich is.
Well, that's why I'm wondering like what the cutoff is for an affront.
I know what you're getting at. And I'll tell you now. The inevitables are already after Dale.
Dale's a lich?
No. The lich came about because they made him.
Oh, I wasn't actually getting at anything. I don't entirely know the story of what's happening on the Tuesday campaign.
No,
I'm just curious.
Army of the Undead up against an army of paladins, and the party decided to take a long rest in the middle of the fight, leaving the army of undead, which was literally there for cannon fodder. For 8 hours.
Yeah, no, we've deviated so far from I feel like what they were supposed to be doing in Tuesday's campaign.
There was no lich in Tuesday's campaign. There was never plans for a lich in Tuesday's campaign.
Okay. So yeah, I wasn't like getting at any specific thing. I'm just curious.
But no, again, it depends. The more, think of it as payday pagers.
Okay.
So every time a lich fills his phylactery full, is like answering a pager. Eventually, enough is enough, and they're going to tell you go fuck.
Well, do you just mean like payday pagers with like mods? Because
No,
payday pagers without mods means that it could happen the first time they do it.
exactly.
Could the inevitables, so they could be summoned the first time?
It depends on how much life force is being stolen, but yes. Now, if you've got a lich who's like, I will take over this entire city and drain its 2,561 inhabitants directly into my phylactery right now, yeah, there's a high chance one of the inevitables is going to show up and go, yo.
No.
The weakest member of the inevitables, and this is my favorite thing ever, because this is literally the weakest, is a thing called Marat. And it's got a CR rating of 25. And it's the grunt.
Do people know about the inevitables?
Not really. It's like if CIA, MI5 and that actually done their jobs right, people don't need to know.
Or the
So like that joke in The Kingsman about how no one can actually figure out the name of the Chinese special forces.
Yeah. Yep, that's about right. Now,
Okay.
it's so bad. The only inevitable that have ever found with a stat block is Marat. So Marat has a challenge rating of 25, meaning Marat is on par with all ratings. So 25. Marat is in a challenge rating by himself, which puts him over ancient gold dragons, ancient red dragons, two big old motherfucking demon lords. So yeah, he's the grunt, and he's pretty goddamn fucking strong. Now I'm trying to remember where the fuck a lich falls in.
The Mars are the ones that go out to the liches, if that's what you meant.
Pardon?
The Mards are the ones that go after the
Yeah.
liches. They hunt for those who either extend their lifespan unnaturally, such as liches and maybe elons, or those who commit extreme acts to keep themselves from death, such as
Yep.
sacrificing hundreds of others to save themselves from a plague. Marats resemble muscular humanoids made of polished black metal, and typically use their fists in battle.
Sounds warforgy.
Although,
Kinda. They're both
from
constructs.
3.
So Marat is sitting there, level 25, whereas a lich is only a challenge rating of 21. So yeah, the grunt of the inevitables is stronger than the goddamn liches they hunt. And people think it's a good idea to fuck around with their lifespan. See,
But is that only things that like fuck around with their lifespan? Like you keep saying that Dad has a long lifespan just because.
Yeah, well, it says unnaturally.
So, like, Dad wouldn't have to worry about the inevitables.
Not for a long time.
So
lifespan is
he
what?
isn't, or he is?
His lifespan's not going to be in the unnatural region for a long ass time.
Ah.
But yeah, the inevitables are fucking time cups. But yeah, can you imagine that though? You have spent all this time, all these years, all this effort, money, power to become a lich, and this motherfucker walks in and just beats the fuck out of you. Like, just walks up and kicks the absolute ever loving fuck out of you. In the space of like 10 minutes, your entire world has been rocked. And the thing is,
Kind of imagining like a kid sneaks out to go to a party, and the second he gets there from walking, his parent pulls up. Like, all right, we're going home. Mom, I just got here.
at least let me get drunk first. Right, I wonder. Let's have a look here, Bob. Give me 2 seconds. Just typing because it's cool. Okay, so I've just found the official stat block for the Marit, and it's more like you've walked to the party, you're just about to get in the door, and your parents slam their SUV directly into your face. Is immune to any spell or effect that would alter its form. So polymorph won't work on it. Its innate spell casting is intelligence. Spell save is 20. It can cast the following spells requiring no material components. Plane shift. Nasty. 3 times a day. If it fails a saving throw, it can choose to succeed. It has advantage on saving throws against spells and any other magical effect. So it makes 2 slam attacks, which have 5-foot reach, and automatically connect. Melee weapon attack, automatic hit, reach 5 foot, 1 target. It does 60 force damage. Just out and out 60 per hit. It has arcane energy emits from the Marit's chest in a 60-foot cube. Each creature in that area takes 45 radiant damage. Each creature that takes any of this damage must succeed in a DC 20 wisdom saving throw or will be stunned to the end of the Marit's next turn. Targets up to 2 creatures you can see within 60 feet of it. Each target must make a DC 20 charisma saving throw or be teleported to a teleportation circle in the Hall of Confederacy. So basically, it can steal you to take you to court. It can blind you with burning light, or if it wanted to, it can do 120 force damage every turn on you.
Ouch.
Yep, and it literally says automatic hit. Absolutely none of its moves require it to roll a goddamn dice. Jesus fucking Christ. So you just want to fight one of them?
No, thank you.
You sure? Just
Uh-huh.
you should take it.
Like, I haven't completely moved on from summoning one to fight my enemies for me, but
It's only got an armor class of 22
How's
and
that all?
432 hit points. I mean, this thing could take out a Tarrasque single-handedly.
Hey, Thunder, do you have to lick your ass so loudly? Like, right
Yes.
next to me?
Yes. It must be done.
He knew exactly what I was about to ask him, too, because he just got up and walked away when I said, hey, Thunder.
Because being cleaned does not stop pregnancy. Washing out the insides doesn't, always work.
Lots of women will attest to that.
But yeah.
Too late.
Yeah. And especially not when it's demonic baby gravy.
Also, not if the DM thinks it would be funny that I ended up pregnant.
See, my biggest thing is I don't think you would survive the pregnancy.
That's fair.
You're going to have so many kids. You'll have so many babies. 400 babies. This party just got big. They'll all come out fully grown.
I don't think I can survive that.
No. It's like the chest burster scene from in between your legs. No, not
But then, again, you'll have your next campaign where all of my children grow up and go find their dad.
Oh no, they won't have to. I didn't say it was the morning after pill.
It was prestidigitation. It just cleans things.
Yep. But we'll get there. Maybe one day. Depending on how the internet is working, we might get somewhere on Sunday. But anyway.
Not me frantically Googling what the gestation period is for a demon child.
See, here's the problem. It doesn't matter what the gestation period is. Because time is fucking working. Don't worry. You might not even be pregnant. Who knows?
You always get a little high pitched when you say that, which just.
Does it lead you to questions?
Mhm.
Guess what? I know. I do it on purpose.
I know.
It's hilarious. Giving that doubt. Especially since I don't even know yet.
I mean, I just assumed you knew because I remember you rolled dice for it.
Mm-hmm. I rolled dice to see if you survived.
Mm.
Because it was to see whether or not
You,
would be.
but you rolled dice after I had rolled my damage.
Mm-hmm. It was to see if you survived. Because demonic sperm isn't going to really be all that in a bag of chips. There is other problems that you could be facing.
Fair.
One of them definitely being the.
I think it was because you made that roll immediately after someone in the party asked if I could be pregnant from that.
Yeah, no. That was just timing. Basically, the biggest issue right now is with pregnancy. It's normally cut and simple. You roll a dice. It says yes or no. The only time it gets iffy is when it's the bird type folk. But with the demon, it's now at the stage where you could die from just having that, and that could be poisonous to you. Which is where that roll was. You survived. So I'm deliberately putting off the roll. But anyway, that is for a later date. For now, it is time to sign off. and find you a, well, yes, there you go. On Sunday, find a stick and pee on it.
Just any stick.
Yep. Know how if it like dissolves away and but yep. For me, that is all. I'd like to thank both of you for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Anytime. And you can catch us here, possibly. On Sunday.
I just live here now on your stream.
Someone has to.
Charging rent.
So yep. Join us on Sunday where we might find out more. Or we might have a total party wipe. Who knows? At this point, neither would surprise me.